Spilling tea, no sugar, no fear. They talk loud, but I'm still here. Lakeysha Keysha, say it clear. Real talk lives right here. Yeah.
T-4 minutes.
Spilling tea, no sugar, no fear. I'm still here, no fear, but I'm still here. Lakeysha Keysha, say it clear. Real talk lives right here.
Stretch words like
no fear. They talk loud, but I'm still here. Lakeysha Keysha, say it clear. Real talk lives right here. Yeah.
T-3 minutes.
Spilling tea, no sugar, no fear. I'm still here, no fear, but I'm still here. Lakeysha Keysha, say it clear. Real talk lives right here.
Stretch words like
no fear. They talk loud, but I'm still here. Lakeysha Keysha, say it clear. Real talk lives right here.
T-2 minutes.
Spilling tea, no sugar, no fear. I'm still here, no fear, but I'm still here. Lakeysha Keysha, say it clear. Real talk lives right here.
Stretch words like
no fear. They talk loud, but I'm still here. Lakeysha Keysha, say it clear. Real talk lives.
T-1 minute.
Spilling tea, no sugar, no fear.
T-50 seconds.
No fear, but I'm still here. Lakeysha Keysha, say it clear. Real talk lives.
T-40 seconds. Stretch words like T-30 seconds. T-20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay, guys, welcome to the show. Now, guys, I'm doing something a little bit different today. So I'm actually voice activated on TikTok. I was going to go live at the same time on TikTok, but listen, y'all, I'm old. It be taking me a long time to figure this technology stuff out. So if you are listening on TikTok, you can come to my channel at Lakeysha Keysha to actually see what we're doing. Now, I will be able to share over there on TikTok. I just have to figure it out. So if you guys are listening on TikTok, continue to listen. So guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that like the video, share the video. We're going to get into it. Of course, if you guys would like to donate to the channel, a free way to donate to the channel is what you guys are doing now, watching the video. But I do need you guys to hit the thumbs up. Now, I love that y'all watching the video, but I also need you guys to like the video. Liking the video on YouTube helps push the video through YouTube's algorithm. So if you could go ahead and hit the like, that is a donation. Now, the second way for you all to donate is, of course, I do read the comments in the chat, but I can't read all of them. So if you have something that you really want me to read, you can send a super chat and then I'll see it. You can just send a super chat. Some people send a super chat with no question. That's a way to support, of course. My way that I like is when you guys Cash App, and let me just tell you why. If you send $5 Cash App, I get $5. If you send $5 super chat, YouTube gets $2.50. Okay, so it is what it is. But hey, if you like me, I always pay for everything but a credit card. So hey, that's about all I got. Okay, so either way, it doesn't matter. But thank you guys for being here. We're still talking about Nolan Wells. Okay, we are going to continue to talk about Nolan Wells because I feel like they trying to blow smoke up somebody's egg and it ain't going to be mine. Okay, so we're going to continue to talk about it. If you guys have been following the story, it's been like one thing after the other. And I'm going to call out some of these other media stations, particularly the non-white. Now, I mean, the non-black. It kind of gets under my skin when every white person in America wants to talk about Black business and what's happening to Black people because they can monetize and make money off of it. But none of them really give a F-U-C-K about Black people. That really gets on my nerves, okay? It gets on my last nerve because you don't see us good Black folks trying to be in y'all business. Now, we like that y'all covering the story, but some of y'all need to shut up, okay? You really do. You really, really do. And you're getting on my nerves, okay? And a few of the Black ones too, okay? Y'all want to use us for everything. You want to use us for our culture. I saw a white woman today. I had to look at her a million times because she was my color. Y'all want to be our color. You want to steal everything we ever created. And then you want to report on our news. Can y'all find something to do that shows that you're not obsessed with Black people just for one day of your life? One day of your life. It's really getting exhausting. It's a good white man on YouTube. I mean, not on YouTube, but he's on, what's that? TikTok and Instagram. Bless his heart. But he do way too many videos on Black folks. We want to know about y'all, okay? Talk about the y'all culture. It's irritating. Okay, so I just had to do that tangent. Again, if you guys are listening on TikTok, you're free to come on over here on YouTube and see what we got going on at Lakeysha Keysha. Now, again, once I get a little bit better at technology, I will be able to, oh, y'all heard that? That was from TikTok. Somebody sent me, thank you, whatever that was. I don't know what I'm doing. But anywho, y'all, let's get into the show because we ain't letting off they ass, okay? We're not letting off these folks' ass. Oh, okay. That part, y'all want our lips that we, our natural lips, everybody don't need a BBL because I need to get something taken out of mine. Everybody don't need a BBL, but I know, I live in Georgia and, some of these white women, like some of them, they got natural butts, but some of y'all, they just so obsessed with us. That's why I don't know how y'all be having a low self-esteem and, y'all struggle to, the proximity of whiteness when they want to be us so bad that it is disgusting. It actually irritates the hell out of me because I'm like, you know what? Y'all don't even like us like that. Always trying to be in our damn business. I had to, not say something today because I just wanted to go to all of them and say, do y'all got anything about whites to talk about? I mean, that would be like me creating a channel talking about white people like that. I don't even really, well, I got some things I can say, but they be so ingrained into our life that it's so sick. Like, talk about something else. Talk about something else. We understand, when it's big things, and you want to talk about it because everybody is talking about it. But some of them, we're the only thing they talk about. We're the only thing they talk about. They've made big bucks by talking about Black folks' business. And y'all know what irritates me a lot, even a little bit more too, about even the Black folks. Y'all be sitting up on these white folks panels on TikTok, particularly TikTok. I know y'all hear this TikTok. On the white folks panel on TikTok, talking about Black people. What is that? Why do y'all go on a white person's panel and talk about Black people? Wouldn't you want to have a Black person to be able to discuss Black people? What white person lived in a Black person body? I know they obsessed, but I mean, geez, y'all be really believing what the hell these folks be saying. And I just be like, really? I just need to get that off my chest because I see a lot of it and I just be like, they are clearly obsessed with us. Somebody say, and they want our man, girl, they can have him. Okay. Listen, now let me just correct that. Now, I don't care what the men choose. If they listen, I feel like whatever you want is what you should get, because please don't be with a Black woman and you're going to go unalive her. So you need to just pick whoever you want. Now, I don't have a problem. People should date whoever they want. I feel like, in a relationship, a person can't take a man from you. He wanted to go. So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying they're just so obsessed with us. It's obsessed and they really don't like us. That I'm done ranting. Let's get on with the show. TikTok, thank you for that rose. Louisiana woman, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. If y'all not following on TikTok, you should, okay? Because I really be looking crazy on TikTok. Now, here I try to look a little halfway decent, but generally when I get to TikTok, I'm tired. So it's just, oops. Thank you. Somebody said something else. See, TikTok be sending them roses. Thank you, Pastor Sugar Daddy. Pastor Sugar Daddy. Why would your name be Pat? Okay. All right, y'all, let's get on with the show because some of these folks, Pastor Sugar Daddy, you ought to be ashamed of yourself with that name. You're going to hell, okay? But anywho, y'all, let's get it going. Let's get it going. I had looked at that name on TikTok. You know what, Pastor Sugar Daddy? I'm gonna put you out my chat because you're going to hell, and guess who ain't going with you? Me. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Y'all, let's hit the like button. First of all, let's hit the like button before we get the show going. I gotta get the likes up, okay? That's a simple ask for you all, good Black folks, to hit the like button, okay? Now let's get into the show. Now, I don't know if you guys. Where do I want to start? Y'all want to start with the bad or the good? What do y'all want to start with? Tell me what y'all want to start with, the good or the bad. TikTok, what do y'all want to start with, the good or the bad? I want to know. Let me know. TikTok, y'all let me know what y'all want to do. Y'all want to start with the good or the bad? All right. Y'all don't care? All right. Well, let's start with I'm going to start with the bad. We can wrap it up with the good. All right. So here's one of the things that I want to get into, guys, because I'm going to be honest. I feel like nothing is going to happen to whoever did this to Nolan. I just feel like nothing is going to be happening. And let me make sure you guys understand, context matters. What people say matters, okay? When you have a governor going around saying that he did not hear, he didn't see anything, and basically it's nothing basic. So pretty much he said in so many words that Nolan drowned. So how is it that you as you're a governor, sir, why are you not saying the investigation is still ongoing? I want y'all to understand, they're only saying that they're investigating this so that we can shut up. They're not investigating anything, because if they were really investigating stuff, why is the governor, as early as the other day, making these sort of damn statements? Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Why is the governor out here running his diarrhea mouth? Wait a minute, guys. I think I got it down too low. It may be low. You're probably going to have to adjust your volume, because I actually have it turned up, but you have to turn it up on your end.
Does not reach it, so.
There's been obviously a national attention on Mississippi because of the death of Nolan Wells, the football player found on Horn Island after July 4th, and all the racial overtones that come with that. Have you been in touch with investigators in Jackson County and asking for full transparency in that investigation so that the public will know exactly what happened to this young man?
Sean Tyndall, the commissioner of the Department of Public Safety, has been in contact with those individuals. Obviously, the autopsy was done by the state medical examiner's office at the Department of Public Safety. I personally know Sheriff John Ledbetter from Jackson County very well. I have not personally spoken to him. I have full confidence that he is going to do his job. And what I will simply say is I don't know all of the details. I don't know all of the facts surrounding the case. I have yet to see a fact or a piece of evidence that suggests any foul.
Okay, I want to stop it there just to add on what I got to say. Did y'all hear what this man say? He has yet to see a piece of evidence. I need to rewind that. Let's rewind it. This is very important.
Evidence that suggests to see a fact or a piece of evidence that suggests any foul play.
He has not saw a piece of evidence that suggests foul play. Y'all, they're not going to do anything. A governor should not be making these kinds of statements. The reason why I need y'all to understand that ain't shit going to happen is simply he is telling you ain't nothing going to happen. So if they had information, they keep saying that, oh, we have this and we're investigating it. Guys, they said that they're going to send this over to the grand jury. You do understand that that's playing in our faces, because how do you send a case over to the grand jury? You have to identify a person. So who would the charges be against? Who would the charges be against? In order to send a case over to the grand jury, who I want to know who would it be against? So are you just going to send it over to the grand jury and say Nolan drowned? You actually have to identify a suspect. This man, the governor, just stated that he doesn't have any evidence that is foul play. This is why you know that it's some kind of a cover-up. Why is the damn governor, why does he know anything about the evidence? Why is that even something that he has saw, or even something that he has heard about the evidence? Doesn't he have a whole nother job to do? This language and context matters. It matters. He's saying, from what I've saw, so that should lead you to understand, if he's saying from what I saw, somewhere along the lines, he was provided with information. Because why is he, a governor, looking at evidence from a crime? Like, why is it that he needs to know about that? I mean, I worked at a school before. That's like me saying, oh, I'm the principal and I saw the evidence. That none of this makes sense. But it does make sense, because what it does tell us is that these people are all covering up and they're in cahoots with each other. He should have said, I don't know. From what I understand, they are looking and they are completing an investigation. But for this man to come out just let me look at the date of this. I think this was just yesterday. Yeah, this was just 15 hours ago. After they met with the family and stated they were conducting this investigation, he comes out and says, what now? What you say now?
I have yet to see a fact or a piece of evidence that suggests any foul play. But if there is, I feel confident that the sheriff's office, the district attorney's office, the members at the Department of Public Safety that deal with these crimes, if there had been one.
If there had been one, first he says that there's no evidence. Then he goes on to say, well, if there had been one. Guys, context matters. This is the governor. I mean, he ain't shit to me. I'm just saying his title as it relates to Mississippi. He's somebody to them. The governor making a statement 15 hours ago, which is a few days after a press conference, and still saying that there's no evidence. That's a problem. A big problem.
I feel confident that the sheriff's office, the district attorney's office, the members at the Department of Public Safety that deal with these crimes, if there had been one, they will find it and they will do what is necessary.
They will find it and they will do what is necessary if there was a crime. So let me kind of tell y'all why this is a huge problem. For one, they just stated that they were going to take whatever they had to the grand jury. Well, it becomes a problem because he's making public statements. This is a governor making public statements that there is not enough evidence. So let's say they had some kind of evidence, which I don't believe that they really have any. I believe that they have evidence, but I think they are intentionally failing to connect it to someone. Keep in mind, guys, I can probably get a grand jury indictment. Let me just tell you how easy it is to get a grand jury indictment. And I'm not even a damn lawyer at all, but you can Google this. And you know how when you go to court, you have your lawyer and then you have the prosecution, where a grand jury indictment is one-sided. Nobody is in there to protect you. Did y'all know that? So a grand jury is sitting there and the prosecutor can come in there and lie on you. Okay. That's why you see these people get these indictments and then they'll get to court and say, how did it get that far? Because the prosecutors can lie. I mean, they shouldn't lie, but we know that they do. Okay. They do it all the time. So because they can present information and present it in a matter as if it's correct, they can get an indictment on your ass and you can be innocent as hell. So the fact that they say, we're going to present it to a grand jury, I want y'all to understand that is a red flag. I want to tell you why. Let me just tell you why. And we're just talking about this situation. When we get to talking about this heifer right here on the screen, who is the district attorney that is, part of the team on this Nolan Wells case. This lady's background she don't give a F about Black folks, okay? There was a case where a Black man running away from the police with his back turned. We see this time and time again. You running away, you just want to get away. You're not trying to harm them. You're not even looking at them. We saw that with the 14, 15-year-old boy that lost his life. A kid lost his life from running away. He's running away. They got him 5 times in the back. This hoe right here on the screen, this prosecutor, this piece of shit right here, she couldn't even get an indictment on a police who had several witnesses that said that man did not have a weapon. This idiot couldn't even get an indictment on a case where they knew who the perpetrator was. So do you really think she's going to get an indictment on a mystery case? I mean, come on now. When I say it's a mystery case, I'm simply saying because they never did their job in the beginning. You have Ben Crump stepping in saying, we got to take cell phones. We got to look at cell phone data. Why haven't they did this already? I mean, damn, it's July 17th. They could have sent orders. What are those things called? Court orders to these folks, cell phone providers. They could have had that information back already. You gave them too much time with evidence that they could have possibly destroyed. Now, some people say, I want y'all to understand this. Listen, this is what I need y'all to understand. These MAGA people are serious. And when I say serious people, they have folks in all different places, okay? I just learned about how serious these racist folks really is when they, okay, because y'all remember, if you're new here, you don't know, but for the people who've been rocking with me when we were trying to raise money for Carmelo, we raised $3,000, almost $4,000 in one day. Those folks got mad, honey. They got my Stripe account shut down. I've had that Stripe account for years, never had a problem. So that made me understand that these racist people are all over. They're in your job, whatever job that exists is a few of them that work there that will go behind the scenes and do stuff. I just want y'all to understand, okay? Because they did it to me, okay? They had my Stripe account. That's why I'm gonna say it again. If you donated to that account, you need to dispute it so that you can get your money back. I don't have access to it. They locked the account. Once everybody get their money back, I'm closing it. I don't want nothing from Stripe. After they did that, I don't want anything from them. Okay. So not only did they get mad because we had raised $4,000 for Carmelo in one day, they went and had the website taken down. Now, of course, I called GoDaddy and got it back up, but it made me realize how these people are very resourceful in being evil, nasty, and disgusting. Because keep in mind, I was just trying to raise money. They did not want Carmelo to get any attorney. I'm just letting y'all know. So when I tell you they have networks, understand that they have networks. I was literally on the phone with GoDaddy and they don't know what's going on with the account. And to finally, I done cussed them out because I said, listen, I don't even want this account anymore. You're playing games with me. You know what I mean? I don't want GoDaddy. I can't do business with them either. You know, I'm sure they're in all different kinds of businesses, but once it happened to me, I didn't want any involvement. Okay. So I want y'all to understand this. This lady, attorney, what is his name? I can't remember. I think it's Carlos. His name is Carlos Moore. You guys remember Carlos Moore? He has come out. The new judge, well, I won't say new, but when I say new, I mean new to social media because I've never saw him before. He could have been on social media, but he called these people out. And he say this lady is dirty. He says she's a good Southern belle, but she ain't to be trusted. This is what Carlos said about this woman. So that good sit down that she had with, Nolan Wells' family is it's just for talk. Did you guys just hear what the governor said? And yes, that comment, he is racist. See, when you talk my talk, I know, okay, you about my age, because when you get to a certain age, we can look at you and tell when you're racist. It comes all through your pores and through your skin, okay? So yes, he don't give a damn about Black people. He never said, you know what he never said? My condolences to the Nolan Wells, what is it? Is it Warrensley? I don't remember their other last name, but he never said that. He never said anything to the family about their loss, but he went on to say in so many words, ain't nothing gonna happen. Now, I don't know if it's people in my chat that live in Mississippi, but if you do, just let me know one thing. Why do you live in Mississippi? Because I don't give a damn if I didn't have any money. I would just walk the hell up out of there until I got to the next closest place. Ain't no way in hell that I would be able to live in Mississippi. It's just not going to happen.
It occurred in that situation, we know that there would have been arrest by now. So it's still unacceptable to me that no arrests at all have been made for any particular crime. And I've laid out a litany of potential crimes that members of law enforcement, if they were doing their jobs unbiasedly and thoroughly, could have made by now, but they refused to do so. Sheriff John Ledbetter, who I'm sure was watching my live on Sunday night, had the audacity to say on Monday that he was not going to be rushed. But we're not asking you to be rushed. It's day 11. You've been slow long enough. You need to do your job expeditiously.
Now, this is Judge, well, I shouldn't say judge. So he was previously a judge. You guys do know that a judge is nothing more than an attorney. So this particular, I think it's Carlos. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm so bad with names, but he was previously a judge in Mississippi. And for the ones that's listening on TikTok, the video that I'm playing is from a judge. You guys probably saw him online, but he's going to get into some commentary about Mississippi and just how damn corrupt they are.
Just like you would do if it was a white person that was found dead under suspicious circumstances. We're asking for you to simply to do it like you normally would do it. And you can't tell me that it's not normally done that way, because I know how it's normally done. I've seen it done too many times when I wore the black robe and sat on the bench in Mississippi in 2 jurisdictions. 2 jurisdictions. They could have selected anybody to be their judges, their first black judge in Clarksdale, or their first black judge in Grenada on the municipal bench. But they selected me for a reason. And neither jurisdiction asked me to leave. They desired me to stay. Neither one ever asked me to leave. They thought I did a great job, and the citizens were very happy with my performance. And so, John Ledbetter, I am happy that you have finally asked the FBI to come in and help with the investigation. That's a step in the right direction. So I am man enough to tell you when you're doing something right, but when you're doing something wrong, I'm going to tell you that as well. So in my humble opinion, you made a step in the right direction to bring the FBI in to investigate it. Now, I don't know why it took you 9 days to figure that out, that you would need the FBI, but somehow, some way, a light bulb finally magically appeared, and you have done the right thing in that instance. And so we are grateful for that. I mentioned on Sunday during my live that we needed to hear from the district attorney, Angel Myers McGrath. We had not heard a peep from her all of last week and since the person had died. We called for her to do an investigation, and all of a sudden, her name comes up on Monday. She's working along with the Jackson County Sheriff's Department doing an investigation. So the family has been calling for transparency all this time. So I don't know why you would keep them in the dark last week that you were doing an investigation when somebody who knows how it's done calls you out on Sunday night, early one Monday morning, you decide to tell everybody that you're doing an investigation. So thank you, DA McGrath. We've been wondering what you have been up to the past few days. So now we know. And we also gave a deadline. We said that we need to know some things by today, by Wednesday, or we would be calling for certain things. And we would descend in Jackson County on Saturday if we didn't have certain answers by today. I'm from Moss Point, Mississippi, in Jackson County, Mississippi. And folks know I almost quit school because I don't play. School had recess. I do not play. I don't even play the radio. Those folks know me. They know me well. And if I say it, I mean it. And so I see today, not only did she had announced earlier this week that she was going to work with, or was working with the Jackson County Sheriff's Department, she met with the family and their counsel and gave them an update and told them that she will be presenting all of the evidence to a Jackson County grand jury. That is a step in the right direction. But is it a step in the right direction because we had to call her hand? Had she planned to do that all alone? I had the unfortunate experience of meeting the DA, McGrath, back in 2019 when I was a partner with the Cochran firm. And Toussaint Diamond Sims was killed by a Morris Point Police Department officer on August the 8th, 2019. It was caught on video. There were several witnesses that said that young man had nothing in his hands when he was shot 5 times in the back by that Morris Point cop. 5 times in the back, nothing in his hands. DA McGrath presented all that evidence overwhelming evidence, and she still could not secure an indictment of that officer in Jackson County.
Now, did y'all hear what he said? That is the part that I wanted you all to hear. If this lady, this district attorney, was unable to secure an indictment of a man that was hit in the back 5 times from a police officer as he ran away with witnesses stating he had no weapon, how is this woman going to help in this Nolan Wells case? This is a setup, y'all. I don't believe anything is going to happen, because I want you all to understand as well, you can present information to a grand jury in a manner, especially being a attorney, you can present it in a manner and they will not move forward with any type of indictment. But also, I want y'all to understand, when it comes to a grand jury, you can keep on submitting it multiple times. So in this particular case, she submitted it and she did not get an indictment. Did she try it again and again? No, she did not. But I want you all to understand, as an attorney, if she wanted to get an indictment, she would have. But you're dealing with a Black man and a white man. So this is where the racism comes in. So I don't believe it's that this prosecutor that's working with the Nolan family is incompetent of securing an indictment. I just feel like she didn't want to. Thank you for the rose. Gorgeous. So guys, let's get back into it.
So before everybody goes and starts singing her praises, let's make sure she's not going to do another sham presentation to the grand jury. And we know that you can present things to various grand juries until you get an indictment. It's mighty funny that the regular saying is you can indict a ham sandwich. With all that evidence.
Now, I want y'all to understand, again, context matters. He just said you can indict a ham sandwich. I just told you all, anybody can be indicted, because when prosecutors go in with the, what those folks, I don't forgot who they are. I'm sorry, I forgot the name. But again, it's a one-sided process. You don't get to come in there and say, oh, the evidence that they're saying is not really complete. It's a one-sided thing. So if I'm a prosecutor and I want to get you indicted, I really don't have to lie. I can just present it in a manner that they believe me. So what he's saying is, if you can indict a ham sandwich, how in the hell you were not able to secure an indictment for somebody that ended up unalived, running, and didn't have any weapons, because there were witnesses that said that this man did not have any any type of weapon, but she wasn't even able to secure that particular case, nor did she try again. But again, I think this is this MAGA movement, okay? Because he was a Black man and the police officer was white.
After someone was killed in 2019, and I happened to represent the family at that time as a partner in the Cochran firm, and I met with her as well as the family, similar to what happened today. So I've been through that process with her. She will offer you sweet tea. She's a nice, good Southern belle, but can she get you justice? We're not going to sleep on you, Angel, excuse me. We're not going to sleep on you. This time, we expect you to present the evidence in a manner like you present it in other situations, that you can secure an indictment or indictments. I do know you don't have to be indicted for anything to be arrested.
That part. Thank you for the rose. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm really learning TikTok. I think it's Big T. So if I don't say your name and you sent a rose, please forgive me. I'm going to go back and say your name, because I really don't know what I'm doing. So at least I'm being honest, okay? I really don't know what I'm doing, but I'm learning. I don't know TikTok as well as I do YouTube. So I will figure it out. But thank you for the roses. Now, Do y'all understand what he's saying? He's telling y'all everything. They full of shit. Okay. The medical examiner, I'm going to read this chat. The medical examiner is waiting for the independent autopsy of the Men Crumbs team. Then she will dress up her report and lie. And that's how you know they're on bullshit. Y'all, we ain't dumb, but they are. We're not dumb. Exactly. This is how you know the autopsy is fake and phony, because you're waiting for an independent autopsy. Why? The independent autopsy should only confirm the original autopsy, unless the original autopsy was fake and fraud. Okay. We wasn't born yesterday. Now, we was born on a day, just not yesterday.
All of this evidence is out there now. It should have been presented to a judge by now. Some of it for probable cause to make some arrest. Some of it to get the search warrants.
And think about this, y'all. Again, they're playing with us, okay? Because how in the hell are you submitting this information to the grand jury, but you ain't arrested nobody? Is this a joke? Is this some type of sick joke? So wait a minute. You feel like whoever should be indicted, but you never brought them in to question. Girl, get up out of here and quit playing with us. Thank you for the super chat. You may hear later, they say Nolan was, strangled. I think I dropped the video in our, listen, I'm telling you, I don't believe anything coming from Mississippi, okay? I don't believe shit coming from Mississippi. Yeah, you know what? I got relatives in Mississippi. If they want to see me again, we got to meet somewhere else. I guess somebody said something else. I don't know what that was. Thank y'all. Look, I love my relatives in Mississippi, but it's some states that I just never can go back to again. I just can't. These folks is playing with us. They're playing with us as if we dumb. And they the only, because that's dumb. You know, that's what irritates me about these folks. They are the only ones dumb. Y'all steal everything that we do and want to take credit for it. We're not slow, but on the other hand, you are. You know, you are.
I am not about any dilatory tactics. You're not going to punt the ball and put it on the grand jury. Certain folks need to be arrested now. If there's so much evidence, evidently there's enough evidence for the FBI to now be involved. Evidently there's enough evidence now.
Okay, we're gonna come back to the judge, because this is the part that I need to tell you about. All right, so let's get into it. That's part of my thumbnail. We were talking about the FBI getting involved. When I tell y'all why the FBI is involved, y'all really gonna be mad, okay? Do y'all really want to know why the FBI is involved, or one of the main reasons that the FBI is involved? If y'all think y'all know why the FBI is involved in the Nolan Wells case, please put it in the chat. Why do you guys think that the FBI is involved? If you are listening on TikTok, I want to know what you guys, or why you think that the FBI is involved. Okay, so let me tell y'all why the FBI is involved. The main reason. And this is really going to make y'all even madder, but we're not going to play games with these people and let them keep lying in our faces as if we believe the shit that they're saying. We don't. Okay. The FBI is involved for two reasons. One of the reasons is it could have happened on FBI property. Okay. The FBI owns that property, but listen, I don't think that's the main reason, because why they just involved? Hell, it's the 17th. If it happened on July 4th, then they should have been involved. Well, the number one reason that the FBI is involved is because the dumbass judge is saying that she received threats in connection to the Wells case. And let me make sure y'all understand. Let me make sure I say it nice and clear. I don't give a F-U-C-K about that whole kids, okay? Because I'm sick and tired of every time these white tees come out and make it about them. Ma'am, call the damn police. We don't know if these alleged threats that this woman is speaking of are real threats. And lady, call the police, okay? We don't got nothing to do with no threats. That seems like a you problem. You a judge, get you security, call the police. Ho, we don't give a about nothing you're talking about. We have a parent that is burying her son. We don't care about what you're talking about. That made me so pissed off that I couldn't focus. I couldn't focus because I said, here we go again, making it about the white tees. How do we start talking about some hoe and her 99 kids? Okay. Talking about she has 6 kids. Lady, we don't care. Call the police, get you security, get you a weapon or whatever you need to do to protect yourself. Ho, I don't give a damn. And I meant what I said. Why should I care about your kids and what you're talking about when Nolan was with your son, okay, and had been friends with your son, and you seem like you don't give about him, okay? See, I give them what they give us. I don't have a soft spot for the folks. I don't have a soft spot. I'm not one of them people that think other folks and their beige rage is better than me. No, I don't care. So let's get into why the FBI is really involved. Because keep in mind, y'all, this happened on July 4th. So why would the FBI just been involved? I mean, they have been saying that it happened. So the liars, because we don't believe anything they say either, that it happened on July 4th. But let's get into what they're saying. They said the FBI is investigating alleged threats made in connection with the Nolan Wells case. They don't give a damn about him either. You have somebody that has passed away, and you talking about the FBI is involved of what? You all need to find something better to do with your time. I mean, I'm sure somebody created fake accounts. I don't know, but you see how a white tee crying victim is seemingly more important than a Black person's life. Well, let's get into it. It says the FBI is investigating alleged threats that they say have been sparked by the case surrounding Nolan Wells' mysterious death. FBI, you see how they say mysterious death? They ain't gonna ever say that he was unalived, but that's okay because I will. FBI Jackson said in a statement that the federal level of the Bureau has been working to address interstate threats that they say were received by individuals related to this matter. Individuals related to this matter? You don't know who those folks was that was sending threats, idiot. So I don't know why they say individuals related. I mean, anybody, you know, white folks do it all the time. They send threats, and that don't mean that they are somebody close to whoever, you know, that's just what they do. So again, wanting to play victim to in a circumstance of someone else that's grieving. So it says, it is unclear what kinds of threats were made and who was on the receiving end. But the FBI Jackson added, these efforts are in parallel with Jackson County's independent investigation. Nolan's friend, Tristan Shepard, recently said in a Good Morning interview with ABC News that he and his friends had been getting threats online. He said, we're all young adults and we're still learning this whole adulthood / life thing. We did no wrong here, and we don't understand how we're getting so much hate behind it. Do you guys see the victim mentality being planted? Like, or am I the only one that see it? Is it just me? It could be. It could be me because I don't have a lot of sympathy for a lot of shit. And I mean, I feel like someone has lost their life. A parent, you know, parents, father, sister, brother are grieving, but you telling us about your situation, call the damn police. I mean, that's all I can advise you. Call the police. But you know, these people are really, really Donald Trumpish. They could have created these and sent them to themselves. I don't put nothing past a liar. I don't put nothing past a person who went on vacation with somebody and don't know where the hell they went. I don't believe nothing they say. I don't believe anything that they say. I mean, if you are being threatened, call the police. Listen, if somebody threatened me, first thing I'm gonna do is make a police report, you know, because I mean, I gotta, you know, document it, because if you run up on me, I got to do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? So you say somebody threatened you, call the cops. Why are you making this situation about you? That's a problem for me, because I don't know if people are sending you threats, and frankly, I don't give a damn. I mean, it don't really have nothing to do with me. Call the police, okay? As you know, Nolan went missing after a boat trip with friends to the Horn Island on July 4th. His friends claim he stayed behind when they headed back to the mainland. Nolan's body was found in the water days later. His family is conducting an independent investigation into the teen's death, including a separate autopsy from the one that the authorities are concluding, which we don't know what this autopsy states because they have never given us any results. Okay, so we just wanted to kind of get into that. So I don't know how you guys feel about that, but did you hear anything in that article as it relates to Nolan Wells? I mean, the FBI is on the case to investigate damn threats. I mean, what kind of damn FBI's, you know, agencies do we have? A bunch of idiots? I mean, good luck with that. I mean, I would hope that you would use that time to get metadata from these folks, you know, their social medias, and see what was really going on. But you're going to use your time to see who sent out some threat that they probably wasn't going to do shit anyways. It's stupid. It shows you all how much they really care about us. And that's why I feel the way I feel. I don't give a fuck, okay, about these folks. I don't. I really don't. Did you just hear me say I don't give a damn about the lady kids? I don't care about the lady kids. Tell the police, okay? Tell the police. Stop bringing your problems to us, thinking that we're going to solve them. If somebody is threatening you, call the police. Aren't you the what is she, a judge? Call the police. But she wants to take all of the focus off of the Nolan Wells family, and she wants to make it as if she's a victim, okay? She wants to play victim, and this is what they do in every situation. They become the victim, okay? Look at the sick president that we have. What is he? He's always a victim. Everybody is always doing something to dumb Donald Trump. He's never Donald Trump has more felonies than everybody in the hood, okay? And he ain't never took accountability for none of them. It's the same. Listen, folks, they have the same playbook each and every time. It's the same playbook. Then they go get some dumb black person to, you know, account for the lies that they told. We see this in every situation. With the Carmelo Anthony story, now that we know, we've been said that they was lying. We've been said them kids was lying. Even the black kids was lying. It's the same play. It's the same play. All while this mother is trying to bury her son.
All of your love, your support, your kindness that you guys have been showing me. I wanted to, you know, answer each and every one of you, and I probably will at some point. I will at some point, but right now it's just, everything is so heavy. Everything is so heavy. Just been going through the motions, you know. I'm a healthcare provider, so I talk about grief a lot. And now to be on the other side of this is, it's a lot. So I lost my mom a few years ago, and that was hard. This loss, this grief, this pain, it's different. It's insurmountable. And then it's like you get these flood of emotions all at different times, and grief is so multi-layered. You know, one second I might be okay and I can talk about things and I can listen to his stories, and then the next minute I am falling apart and I feel like I can't breathe, and I feel like there is an elephant just sitting on my chest. But, you know, I know this is the process. I have a wonderful support system. I have my faith in God, which I've been leaning heavy into. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I see you. I love you. I'm thankful for all of you. And I'm so sorry that I hadn't been able to reply. I don't know exactly when again I'll post. For some reason, it does help. And I know if Nolan was here, he'd be like, Mom, you know, just keep talking to the people, keep telling my story, keep telling your story. So that is going to be my plan. Again, thank you all so much. I love you, and I will talk to you later. Bye.
Listen, that was the video that I just played. If you guys are listening on TikTok of Christine, listen, I need a friend like Christine in my life because she is everything that I ain't. She is a sweet person, because baby, they will have to give me some medication, because I will be going through Mississippi whooping S's and taking names later. Okay. They will have to give me something to calm the now. Ain't no way in hell. Okay. I need a friend like Christine to help me. Okay. To be like you, because ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell. Okay. I'll be laying in your grass waiting on you to come on out. Okay. In camouflage. No, ma'am. If mine come up, all of yours gonna come up, because I said before, I don't play fair. No, we not swapping. I'm taking all. Okay. So we definitely need people like Christine in the world, because baby, whoo, I come through that something like a tornado. They'll be like, she crazy. No talking. I don't got shit to say. I don't got no words. Ain't no talking. Ain't nothing. I don't got nothing to say. I'm coming to collect. Save your words for your maker when you make it there. I don't have nothing to say. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Lord, bless me with a friend like Christine, because I need it in my life. Okay. Christine, when you look at Christine, you know exactly who Nolan was. When they say all of the great things, and here's the deal though, we're human. So people, you know, we should have bad days because we live in an imperfect world. But when you hear people talk about Nolan, excuse me, you understand where he got it from when you listen to Christine, you know. And as she stated, grief is one day you're happy, one day you're sad. So it's like all these different emotions wrapped in one. But, you know, I'm not in their house. I don't know what's going on in their, you know, in their home. But from what I see, she seems to be dealing with it rather, you know, I mean, good from what I see. But again, I don't know what goes on in their home. Now, another thing I wanted to get into. Somebody put in the chat that a preliminary autopsy is ready. I thought I read something like that, but I feel like at this point, Mississippi should have had their damn autopsy done. So we know they full of SHIT, you know, all the way, racist. Okay, it is what it is. Okay, we got to be comfortable with people being a racist, because I don't give a. I really don't. Okay. I really don't, because I can give you exactly what you put out. Listen, I go to this place to work out and it's mixed. It is about, but it's a little bit more white folks. You know, I'm not saying I don't have a problem with white folks, but I don't have a need to be in their circle. Like, I'm not desperate. Okay. If you're friendly, I can be friendly too, but I don't kiss ass. I don't do none of that. Let me give you an example. I was going in the gym today. I was at the door first. So some white lady and her kids, she thought because she had her kids, or maybe she thought she was better than me. Girl, your kids and you too. You see me. I don't play those type of games. I'm telling y'all, I'll be real here out in these streets. Now, I'm going to give you what you give me. So she gave me that she thought that I don't know if she thought she was white or she thought, I don't know what she thought, but I saw that she thought maybe she was white and that I was going to let her go in front of me. I don't care. You wait. I'm first. You're next. I touched the door first. So did you think that I was going to be like, and I probably would have said it, letting you go first because you got the kids, but I pick up on energy. Okay. So I felt her when she thought that I was going to let her go. And I was like, girl, and say something. Okay. Say something. Because I got the words for you. I don't play those type of games. Okay. I'm going to be nice to you, but don't try it. And please, don't try that. You think that you better than me. I'd be like, yes, I've been waiting for this. I'd be ready. That's why I need a friend like Christine to help me out. Now, y'all, we're going to get into this GPS because I feel like, because I'm going to be honest, y'all. I'm going to be real honest. I'd be really hoping that something, well, I shouldn't say that, but no, I'm going to say it. I really be wanting to run across some information that say, all right, well, maybe Nolan made a bad decision, but I haven't found that information yet because I don't want to believe that his friends would leave him stranded because now it make me say, I don't want y'all folks as my friends ever. Okay. I want to believe that something innocent happened here. But I haven't found the innocence yet. So I want to get into this video, guys, because when I got, watched this video about the GPS, oh, I was real mad. Like, I was real mad. Like, I mean, like ghetto mad. Like, I wanted to have a fight, man. Like, I was just like, these some of bitches. I mean, because when I listen to the audio or the video, well, I'm going to let y'all listen to it because we're going to hear different things. But multiple trips? Can y'all explain the multiple trips? I'm confused because when I hear multiple trips, okay, this is what I arrive at. For one, you never mentioned the multiple trips. For two, you kept his phone. You didn't tell his parents. They had to come looking for it. You kept his keys. The parents went to get the keys, and then you lied and said you didn't have the keys. So all of these different things are playing in my head, and I come to the same conclusion. It had to be some type of foul play here. And even when I look at, the situation on the boats, now, you TikTokers, y'all welcome to come on over here to YouTube so you can actually see my presentation on the screen. But if not, I'm going to keep going. So this is what I come up with, okay? Now, I'm never going to do no weird stuff like this. But when I try to figure out, like, what happened, I kind of try to put myself in the mind, like, okay, if I was dumb enough to do something stupid like that, how would I do it? Okay. Because that's what criminals do. They get in their criminal mind. I'm not saying I'm a criminal. I'm just saying when I try to figure stuff out, I'd be like, no, why did they do that? So this is what I came up with. I think there were multiple boats, and somebody did put that in the chat. I think that they were assisted by multiple boats. And I mean, think about it, guys. They said that Nolan was getting on another boat or something like that. They never told us what boat. They never told us who. But what we should have learned is that it was multiple boats. It would have been multiple people. You guys saw the pictures, okay? People hang out there, especially during the holidays. So it had to be multiple boats, multiple people. Another thing that they failed to continue to talk about, the adults. Y'all, why they not talking about the adults that was on the boat? Y'all, they keep talking about the kids. What about the adults? They're not talking about the adults that were on the boat. Why? I don't know, but I'm just saying more information that's being hidden. Nolan's mother went to get Ben Crump because she understood that these people was lying to her and hiding information. If y'all recall, let's get into it now. This lying ass judge, I said she's a liar because that's what I believe, the hoe to be a liar. This is also the victim woman who wants to tell us about her kids and she being, whatever lady. This lady told us, in her first or second post. And then she says, oh, we're not going to, respond to the press anymore. You need to respond to the mama hoe. You say that in this post, you say that you went to school with Christine and you said that you were a part of her community, but yet she hasn't heard from you. So because she hasn't heard from you and she knows some bullshit in the game, she went and got Ben Crump on your ass. So you telling us that you are part of the community and you from the community, them folks were sending you those messages because they feel like you full of shit. Okay. And if you wasn't sending them yourself, because I don't believe you anyway when you say that. I want to recognize a couple of super chats. Deborah Booker, thank you for your super chat. I just want to thank you for all the hard work that you have put in this story. I like the fact that you are real. You really work hard at what you do, and I will always support you. You're winning. Thank you. And let me just kind of reiterate on that. So I think, guys, I found my passion here on YouTube. I actually like these stories way more than these reality hoes. And y'all see, I haven't been talking about that, which is crazy because at one point in time, I said, Lord, I don't know if I can talk about these hoes. I didn't say hoes, but y'all know what I mean. Like it was getting to be a lot because I like real authenticity, authentic stuff. And what I was learning with the reality stars is they live a bunch of lies. Their whole lives is a bunch of lies. And as I began to uncover that, I said, this is not even real. I mean, it's real because we watching it on TV, but the lies that the lives that they're portraying to us is not real. So I become very uninterested. I'm glad you like it because I'm, like I said, I like this a little bit more. Okay. Thank you for the $5. Caramel. Not sure why no one realizes that the SOS call of Glad. I'm going to get into that, girl. I'm going to get into that. Call was a fake alibi. Boop, bloop. Like what does Nene say? Bloop. And the GPS tracks them frantically getting rid of the body. I'm going to talk about it. You on it, girl. You're on it. But since you brought it up, that damn call was an alibi and it was fake. We're sinking. We're sinking. That didn't even sound right. So they're sinking. You should have heard screaming on that damn boat because y'all about to die. Okay. We're sinking. Right. That was all a setup. Okay. That was all bullshit in the setup because I believe something happened to Nolan on that boat. Okay. And we're going to get into it because what another YouTuber has uncovered, and I missed it. So that's what I too like about YouTube is, and if you creating your own content and you ain't sitting in the cup watching somebody else's to go back and redo the same thing they just did, you creating authentic content, you will come up with different concepts. Now I found this YouTuber on here and he breaks it down. Okay. So my it's saying that my TikTok is going to end in 4 minutes. So you guys are going to have to come over here to YouTube at Lakeysha Keysha if you want to listen to it because it's going to drop off. So you guys are welcome to join us over here. So I found somebody on YouTube. I'm going to get into his video a little bit later, but he breaks the shit down and I missed this. Okay. I totally missed it because we're going to watch his video and I'm going to kind of give my commentary on it. Y'all know that area where they found his body. That's where they were when they said that they were having trouble. Okay, so tying it all together, I'm not sure what that call was for or why they made it. But again, it was an alibi because you were sinking and nobody is screaming frantically. Interesting. You may hear later, they say Nolan. Oh, I read that one already. All right. So what I want to do, again, my TikTokers, you can come over here and join me on YouTube at Lakeysha Keysha. I want to get into these dang on this GPS breakdown. Let's get into it.
It's genuinely interesting, and where it introduces a detail that hasn't appeared in any account we've covered so far. After returning to the original dock, the boat didn't simply stay there for the night. According to the data, it left again, traveling into Fort Bayou at 5:52 that evening. It returned to the dock at 6:06. Then, later that same evening, at 7:19, the boat went to the Fort Bayou boat launch. From there, it appears to have been towed overland, presumably by a vehicle, to the residence of the boat's owners in Biloxi. Sit with that sequence for a second. The boat arrives back at its home dock around 4:30 in the afternoon. Then, roughly 90 minutes later, it goes back out for a 14-minute round trip into Fort Bayou. Then,
so think about it. You just committed a crime. I don't know. Like, I ain't finna commit no damn crimes, but I'm just saying, if I was dumb enough, I'm not dumb enough, but you know, I'm just thinking, if a person committed a crime, they probably took a roll back out there to see what it was looking like out there. Let's ride back on out there. Nobody mentioned this. Don't you think that it was important to say why you went back out there? What you went out there for? Think about this, y'all. Think about this. If I thought my friend left to be with a guy or a girl, I'm not going to call their mama. Because what I'm calling their mama for, I sincerely think that they with somebody. Call the mama at 11 o'clock. That was an alibi too. Because they needed to call her. They didn't want to look more suspicious. I'm not calling my friend mama for what? Because I don't think nothing is wrong. Even the call to the mother was an alibi. What you needed to call her for? You said he wanted to stay there. You said that he left his phone on the boat, but you didn't give it back to him. I don't think he left his phone on the boat. I think y'all took it. And that could have been what the entire fight was about. Maybe he had taken some pictures. I don't know. Ain't nobody in my house that's in that. And well, I don't have, nobody is 17 or 18, but I'm just saying, even when they were those ages, they ain't leaving their phone. They take their phone in the bathroom with them. They sleep with their phone. That part. FBI is involved to protect white supremacy. Y'all better know what's going on. Do you not know who we have in the White House? So the FBI don't mean shit right about now unless it's protecting raid. What I call them? I call them beige. Wait a minute, I forgot. Rage beige. That's what I call them. Rage beige is what I call them. Okay. That is who they protect. FBI is involved to protect white supremacy, especially the white trash, the white supremacists that unalived Nolan. Where was the FBI when the blacks was found hanging from the trees in Mississippi and other states? Well, I'll tell you where they were. I'll tell you where they were. They were saying that the black people did it to themselves. You know, you got black folks found all over the, you know, with stuff around their neck. I can't say it here on YouTube. Where was the FBI then? I'll tell you where they were. They were saying that it wasn't a crime and that them folks got up there and did it to themselves. That's where they were.
And about an hour after that, it makes a third movement to a boat launch before finally being trailered home for the night. Nobody in any interview, any press conference, any witness account we've reviewed so far has mentioned this second trip. Not Judge Cole's statement, not Elmore's account of retrieving the keys, not Javon Williams, not Trace Eston Shepard. This is a documented, time-stamped movement of the boat that, as of this reporting, has no public explanation attached to it at all. There are, of course, entirely
no explanation. Nothing. Why are we finding out information as we seek it? So, what about this statement right here? This long ass statement that the fake ass judge, and I'm gonna call her a fake ass judge because I believe she's a criminal. You know, I believe that she potentially commit crimes because she has a robe. Because if I listen, I was thinking about this as I was riding my car the other day. I told you guys I used to be a principal. Okay. So when I was a principal, my son went to my school. My youngest son, he grown now. I remember he got in a fight. Boy, he wore this boy out. I didn't even deal with the reprimand or anything as it related to that. I'm like, I can't. That don't even seem right. You know, whoop this boy. How am I going to? I removed myself from the situation. You have to be able to remove yourself from a situation. I understand it's your child, but lady, you are a judge and you out here acting raggedy. Okay. You're out here acting raggedy as hell, lying. Okay. Because I think that you're a liar. Okay. Then you put up all these messages. You have a grieving mother, you raggedy hoe, you know, a grieving mother, and you want to put a message out about your kids. We don't care. Our focus is on Nolan and his parents and his family. We don't give a about what you're talking about. Okay. We want to know what your son did to Nolan. That's the only thing we want to know. Your victim mentality is not accepted here. I don't want to hear nothing about what you got to say unless you want to give us some information on what happened to Nolan. Take your victim somewhere else. Okay. I don't like folks like her. When she put this long ass statement, she said they left at 4:30 p.m. Nolan wasn't on the boat, but she failed to say they left at 4:30. Okay. They left at 4:30 and came back 3 other times. What I think it's two other times. I mean, if you're gonna make a statement, make a statement. Ho, you leaving out very important information. Why do you all think she did not give us that information? You know, if you're gonna say something, then say something. We want to hear it. But don't miss out things. Don't fail to tell us stuff. Because then we think you are a liar. Okay? We think you are a liar. Y'all went and got attorneys and everything. Was his body even found then? You knew. I think you knew. I can think what the guy want to think. I think you knew. If you guys are just coming in the chat, please. And then on the outside of my house, right. All I need you to do is like the video. That's the number one thing that I need you to do. If you don't do nothing else, like the video. Let's get into this right here. When I saw this, I said, y'all know what? They ain't gonna do shit. Because if I was the district attorney, I would arrest all of y'all ass. I would arrest everybody. I would arrest you. Can I arrest your kids? I would arrest you, ho. Listen, I'll try to arrest your damn kids. Listen, look, I don't see color. The same way I would do somebody else, I would do you. I don't give a damn about who you think you are. I wouldn't give a damn about who you think you are. If I was a district attorney, ho, you're getting arrested. I'm arrest you. I'm getting all y'all phones and I'm getting a search warrant. While you in jail, I'm searching your house. Yeah, that's what I would do. Now, here's the timeline, guys. Exactly. That's all I'm saying. If she don't know what happened, because we know folks lie. No, I think she do know because she talking too much. You're right. Judge Ashley knows exactly what happened. Justice for Nolan. Thank you, lady PFS. Yeah, I mean, she talking too much. At first, I was going to give her the benefit of the doubt, but I'm like, no, her statements is giving, I'm trying to cover up something. It's not giving mother who may not know because the son lied. It's giving mother who's trying to cover up something. I mean, that's just what I feel. That's just what I feel. Why do these keep coming up like this? All right, wait a minute. Did I read that one already? I think I did that one. Okay, so if we get into the timeline, when they left the original time, they arrived at 9:56 a.m. Okay, I'm sorry, they left the docking station, or the original dock. So they left the original dock at 9:56 a.m. They get to Horn Island at 11:14. Okay. Now I'm gonna read to y'all something that somebody sent me, and this is what really made me think, hold the hell on. These folks is playing with us. They are sincerely playing in our damn faces. All right, give me a second, y'all. All right. On the way there, guys, it took approximately 1 hour and 15 minutes. You see, 9:56 they left. They arrived at 11:14. They left Horn Island, y'all, at 4:31 p.m. They get back to the original dock at 4:35. That is a rate of 120 miles an hour. Somebody sent this to me. Thank you, awesome agent. Are y'all seeing that? How in the hell it take you 1 hour and 15 minutes to get to Horn Island, but only 4 damn minutes to get back? I'm not no police officer. I'm not no detective. I'm just looking at the facts. Something happened on the way home. Therefore, they came up with this lie that Nolan didn't get on the boat. Because, baby, how it take you, okay, they left at 9:56 a.m. They got there at 11:14. Little over an hour. 4:31, they left and they arrived at 4:35. No, no, something happened then. And that's why we got that call talking about our boat was just, it just don't make sense. Tell me what y'all think. When I looked at this, I said, something don't seem right. Is this wrong information, bad information? I mean, why this don't make sense? I want to know how the hell it took you 4 minutes and it took you 1 hour and 15 minutes. So frankly, I think that something happened then, and you was speeding and you was trying to get the fuck out of there. Something don't add up. Something don't add up. And I want you to know that this is coming from Law and Crime. So Law and Crime don't have no reason to doctor anything. So if it's doctored, I believe it's coming from their end. Okay, Law and Crime if they would doctor it, it wouldn't be against these folks. If you know anything about Law and Crime, I'm just telling you. So after the boat goes back to the dock, it stays there and then it leaves again at 5:52 p.m. It returns to the dock again at 6:06. Then it leaves again at 7:19. Yeah, this is not adding up. Like, I don't have to be a lawyer to figure this is some bullshit. Now, nothing about this makes sense. Why are all these separate? And here's the deal. It could be perfectly innocent. But that mammy, when she did this statement, she said that basically like they went home. I guess she wouldn't tell us what the hell they were doing, but we know something happened.
Data from the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources tracking the exact movements of the boat that carried Nolan to Horn Island on July 4th. According to that data, the boat left its dock at approximately 9:56 that morning. It arrived at Horn Island at 11:14. CBS News has previously reported, separately, that Nolan was not on the boat when it eventually departed the island that afternoon. That's the baseline, a normal, unremarkable start to what should have been an ordinary holiday outing. According to the GPS data, the boat left Horn Island at 4:31 that afternoon and returned to its original departure dock. That timestamp is worth pausing on because it lines up closely with what's already been publicly stated. Judge Ashley Cole, in her own account of that day, said the group left the island around 4:30 due to the boat taking on water and an issue with the bilge pump. The GPS data now gives that claim something it didn't have before, an independent technical timestamp that roughly matches the account given by one of the families involved. That's meaningful corroboration on this one specific point. It doesn't resolve the larger dispute about why Nolan wasn't on that boat when it left, but it does confirm the boat itself.
Again, this bilge pump shit, I think this was an alibi. Because we're going to play the audio of them saying it. And listen, if I'm on a boat and it's sinking, I mean, is everybody okay? No! It's like, yeah, everybody is fine. Yeah, that don't make sense.
Actually did leave around the time it was said to have left. It's worth being careful about how much weight to put on this kind of corroboration, though. Confirming that a boat departed at a certain time doesn't confirm every other detail in the account attached to that timestamp. Judge Cole's statement bundled several claims together: the departure time, the reason for leaving, the bilge pump issue, and Nolan's stated decision to stay behind.
Even in them saying, okay, well, this is proof that we had this situation with the boat. I'm just trying to understand, why did they have so many stops on the damn broke ass boat? Okay. Can somebody help me out? If your car broke, you bring it home and you park it. You don't keep taking it out. So I don't understand that part. That don't have anything to do with what happened to Nolan. Do y'all think it's strange that a bunch of teenagers and nobody saw him? Y'all don't think it's nothing wrong with that story? Let me tell you what's wrong with that story. One thing white tea folks have managed to do over us black folks is stick together. Okay. They stick together if they're wrong with two damn left shoes, two right shoes. So by them saying that nobody saw him, who are they going to charge? What evidence do they have with saying, okay, well, such and such said that you was with him, or such and such said you was with him last? If everybody sticks to the same lie and say we never saw him, how do they charge somebody? I want y'all to understand this. This is the same shit they pulled with the black lady that spent the night with them white tea ladies, and she was found outside unalived. Guess what they said? They didn't know what happened to her. What? So kids that love to be on social media and take pictures, nobody has a picture of him. Nobody saw him. Come on now. Y'all know they doing this together. They're working together. That's her name, Tamala. That's her name. Same situation. They said the same thing. That woman died we don't know if she died in the house or what. All we know is she was found outside. They said, oh, she probably got drunk and fell over. Huh? People get drunk all the time. What adult do you know that get drunk and jump off the porch or fall over the porch? Y'all probably pushed her off of it. If they continue to lie that nobody saw Nolan, then who do they charge? It's a reason why no one has been brought into the police station. And you know how they do the black folks. Oh, he told on you. You better tell me. Interrogate them. What is that word? Whatever. They didn't do it. Why? Somebody is died. Somebody lost their life. And they haven't made one arrest. No arrest to bring them into the station. If you bring them white tees in that damn station, they're going to start crying like the bees that they are. And they're going to tell what happened. But if you say, let me tell y'all something. I ain't telling y'all how to commit no crimes, because you're going to go to hell and you're going to go to jail too. If something happened to somebody and y'all all in the house together and everybody say they don't know, they can't, who they going to charge? They have to have evidence. They have to have the reason for why they think it happened. But if everybody say we don't know, I don't know, it's going to be kind of difficult. At the end of the day, yeah, somebody lost their life, but you need to understand is they don't care. They look at us as them or us in them. So they feel like, yeah, okay, he gone, but we're going to stick together. We're not going to go to jail. We got our whole life ahead of us. And that's why they're saying that they don't know what happened. Because if one person starts to talk and say, last time I saw Nolan was with Shantae. Then they go meet with Shantae and say, Shantae, we know that you were with Nolan because we have a picture. What happened? Now the story starts to crack. They all in on this. The officials, everybody is in on this cover up. Y'all do understand that these are the same people that indict Black folks every single day for stealing penny candy. Yeah, interrogation. Yeah, that's it. But nothing. And they want to keep with this story saying, oh, he just couldn't swim and he drowned. I didn't hear nobody say that Nolan was dumb or slow. So Nolan was just going to swim back to Mississippi? Is that what y'all trying to say? Come on now. Don't try to do him like that. If y'all not saying that we unaliving ourselves, you always want to make it as if we crazy. So Nolan, so his father said he can swim, and I guess the father didn't know what he was talking about either, right?
The GPS data only speaks to one of those, the timing of the boat's movement. It says nothing about whether the bilge pump genuinely malfunctioned.
I like what you just put in the comments. Google says Fort Bayou has a camera. Why wouldn't it have a camera? You have boats come. That would be a high traffic area. Why wouldn't it have a camera? We can't trust them. Can we?
Or about what was actually said between Nolan and the friends who left without him. A partially corroborated account isn't the same as a fully corroborated one, and it's worth keeping that distinction clear as this case continues to develop. Here's where the GPS data gets.
Now, this is another thing I want to show you guys. I want to show you this video because it's another YouTuber here on YouTube, and he seems to think that where Nolan was found, where his body was found was the exact location of where they were when they called in and stated that they were having issues with their bilge pump. And I said, you know what? That could be it.
I'm John Abba.
We're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking.
Last night
We're sinking. Do he sound like somebody that's sinking? I mean, that's very calm. I'm sinking.
we share breaking news in regards to Nolan Wells, as audio from a toll call made by his friends around 3 p.m. on July 4th, according to NBC News, would be released. Now, in an extended version of this call, we are now hearing where they were exactly when the call was made. According to now released audio and GPS graphics, they were on the western tip of Horn Island.
We're at the west tip of Horn, and
so they're at the west tip of Horn Island. Now, what this YouTuber, Hype Plus, I think it is, Hype Plus, is saying that that is the exact location where his body was found. I was like, Again, I believe that if something did not happen on the boat, because here's another thing. I was hearing a lot of information that there actually was a party, but we can't trust what these people say. But what this YouTuber breaks down is that where his body was found was the exact location where they say they were when they started to have trouble. Now, get into this, y'all. And this is why, liars, that's why I don't lie, because I'm not trying to remember what I said. Like, I don't got time for the bullshit. Like, it is what it is. Liars can never remember what they said. They continue to lie and lie and lie. Do y'all remember they said that Nolan didn't get on the boat because of the bilge pump? I mean, it seemed like from this call, this is where they were having problems. But the mother made it seem like it was a problem from the beginning when it was time to go. And that was one of the reasons that Nolan didn't get on that boat. Well, why would you get on a boat that you said had this problem with the bilge pump? You see how these stories just don't make no damn sense? Well, this YouTuber is saying that the body was found in the exact area that they stated they were when they made this fake ass call.
Our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking.
Now, as you know, we've been following the story, and what we have now noticed is that the call looks to be made in the same area Nolan's body was found 2 days later on Monday. As local outlet WLOX stated, around 8:45 a.m., Sheriff Ledbetter confirmed authorities received a call reporting a body found at the northwestern tip of Horn Island.
Body found at the northwestern tip of Horn Island, which is the exact area in which they were. But you good old police officers and sheriffs, y'all didn't consider that or think about that? You're still thinking that he just drowned, which is odd too, that you think that he drowned because you ain't even released the autopsy results.
The body was discovered by a U.S. Park Service ranger. Now, this clearly now gives us a better understanding that when the friends allegedly last seen Nolan at 3 p.m., they would make a call about the boat taking in water in needing of a tow. GPS data graphics would again also confirm they were located on the northwestern tip of the island. Now, at 4:31 p.m., they would eventually be towed for about 2.7 miles out before returning to normal operation and headed back to land. Now, after gathering all this information, it now seems for some that Nolan's incident, given that his body was found in the same area, had to have happened between the call at 3 p.m. when they stated to last seeing him and when they would be towed away at 4:31 p.m.
So think about it. Again, I don't know why the hell they made that call. Maybe they made it because they wasn't sure if somebody saw them. So they made the call maybe to come up with a last minute to say he fell in the water. I don't know. But what he says, I was like, you know what? I hadn't even thought about it. Why have the police never said anything about this? We are simply on YouTube going through all the information. This is their entire career. They're assigned to different cases. So why is nobody saying that, okay, his body, it was kind of found in that same area? Makes you think.
Now, another thing that would stand out in the audio and raise suspicions is that the dispatcher would ask the boat's operator if everyone on board was in good health. And in response to that, he would go on to say, yeah, everybody.
Now listen to this. I want you guys to pay attention to this. You are in desperate need. You are like, you call 911. Normally, when you listen to those 911 calls, those people are like, they're all over the place. Imagine being in a damn boat and you thinking it's finna sink. And you just as calm as ever. I don't believe this call was a real call.
He's on board.
We're sinking. Can you all please come?
And is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah. Yeah, everybody.
Is everybody on the boat in good health otherwise? I would have said, do you mugs got some life jackets? Because if you finna drown, you gonna need the life jackets until we get there. She say, is everybody on board in good health? Fuck your health, you finna drown. What you mean is everybody in good health? All you need to know how to do now is put on a life jacket and swim a little bit until we can get there. Is everybody in good health? I'm confused. This lady, huh? This seems fake and phony.
It's on the way.
Now, what is hard to understand for some is if they waited for a tow to help them leave the island, why did they continue having no contact with Nolan? Given
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? No contact with Nolan this entire time. Well, they had his phone. This is why y'all know that Nolan had to get on that damn boat. They had his phone. I don't think that he would have just let them have his phone like that. I think that he was on that damn boat. Them saying that he was not on the boat releases them from liability because he wasn't on this boat. We just had his phone. He was on that boat. I believe he was on the boat. I don't believe what these liars are saying.
that they were all friends, and this towing incident seemed like an emergency. Also, according to the released GPS graphics, it does not appear that the boat was too far out for them to see or be near the shoreline. Again, this would happen as they reportedly had Nolan's phone on the boat, and that Nolan allegedly wanted to stay back to speak with a girl he just met. Now, on Wednesday, Nolan's family representatives would speak to the Mississippi DA to hear the latest. They would go on to admit that not much new information was shared, but that the
So basically, I just wanted to get into that part pretty much because I think he did a really good job of explaining that the body, yeah, it was in that same area. You know, they called for help in that area. So, you know, that's a coincidence there. But we don't hear them talking about that. We don't hear them talking about it. This is a cover up, you know, and I want this family to receive justice. I just don't think it's going to happen. I'm just trying to be, you know, to say what it is. So if you look at this map right here, this is the northwest end. This is where his body was found 2 days later, July 6th. If you look at this area over here, this is where kind of like the area that they were in. Let me see if I got a better one. Let's see here. Nah, I think that's the only one I have. Let's see here. Oh, all right. This is a better one right here. So on this one, you see they're different leaves and coming back multiple times. I mean, I guess they could say, you know, the boat was being repaired. I don't know. Again, these are all unanswered questions. These are things that people want to know. It wasn't 911. It was a private towing company. Okay. It could be a private towing company. I got you. But you know what? That's even more interesting. I mean, you called a private towing company. I'm calling 911. You know, but okay, thank you for that. Thank you for your super chat. So we know, I guess it was a private tow company. I mean, I guess. Yeah, they panicked. They didn't know if somebody saw them exactly. Panicked and came up with, listen, let's just call this. But listen, it was adults on the damn boat. There were adults on the boat. Now, if you guys are just coming into the video, I do need you guys to make sure you are liking the video. If you have not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that. Now, there's another thing I want to get into. Let's get into this dang on timeline, okay? We know on the 3rd, you know, July 3rd, Nolan spent the night with these guys. On the 4th, they, the early morning or something like that, they headed over to Foreign Island. July 4th, early afternoon, a friend stated they spoke to Nolan, who said he was leaving around 2 to 2:30. July 4th at 4 p.m., a video of Nolan saying, "Give me my effing phone" was recorded. Of course, they're saying that that was not Nolan. And then on July 4th, in the afternoon, a female friend by the name of Katie. Y'all give me a second. Just give me a second. Okay, never mind. Okay, so then we have on, let me go back. July 4th in the afternoon, female Katie stated she saw Nolan last with his friends. I feel like Katie, I can F with Katie because Katie is the type of people that I like. Katie says she ain't for the bullshit and y'all not going to lie on her name and you're not going to throw her under the bus. Katie said that she was with them. Okay. Remember they lied. Now, hopefully, you know, we need to stay in contact with Katie because Katie seems like to be the only one that's keeping it real. Okay. Katie said, hell no. He said that he was getting back on the boat with them. They try to lie and say they try to lie and make it seem like he wanted to stay with some damn girl as if he couldn't see the same girl when he got back home. This really irritated my soul. Our Black men are not lost like this, that they so desperate for a damn girl that they gonna risk their damn life for somebody damn body they don't even know. Please stop that lie. Stop telling the lie, okay? Because Katie said that she saw him last with them boys, okay? You know them boys that won't say shit, okay? They keep putting every Black person they can find on TV to say, oh, no. Even the coach. We ain't see no racism at school. Sir, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Just because there was no racism at school, a person can like you and still be racist, okay? Maybe you should look up what racism means, okay? It ain't what you think it is. So just because you didn't see no racism in school, don't mean that they didn't look at him as a little N-word, okay? Let's just call it what it is. Because leaving him on an island and everybody rolling with a lie, because we know they're rolling with a lie, okay? All right, so Katie said it's a lie. And this is coming from my girl, the Public Opinion Court. Check her out. Now, around 4:30 p.m., they said they left the island and that Nolan wasn't with them. But of course, you know, when you done committed a crime, you gonna say he wasn't with you. Because if y'all think about this, do y'all think they gonna say he was with them? I mean, allegedly a crime happened. They ain't gonna admit it. Shit, we haven't even saw them say rest in peace, Nolan. I mean, I don't think they really liked him. I'm just being honest. People, you have to know when people really like you. You know, if I didn't learn nothing else, I've learned that I don't F with people who don't really like me. I don't waste my time. I don't waste my energy. Let me tell y'all something. They may hear it, but I don't give a fuck. Oops. I don't care. And they know that I don't care because they called and told me that they know I don't care. Okay. So a relative in my family, listen, I don't care if you're my relative either, by the way. If I don't F with you, I don't F with you either. Okay. I don't care. Okay. If I don't F with you, loving you and Fing with you is two different things. Okay. I can love you and don't F with you. So this particular person in my family, he probably gonna call. I don't give a damn. Okay. Because you know who you are. You're probably watching this video. This one is for you. Okay. So this person, this is why I don't F with people like that. You listen, I don't F with everybody. So y'all tell me what y'all think. This is related to this. I don't want to get off topic. You gotta mess with people that mess with you like that. I don't give a damn if it's your family, if it's your friend, if they don't F with you, if they don't roll with you, let them go about their business. So this person, I don't really talk to this person. For one, you lied, boy. You lied, okay? I let you lie and I didn't check you because I have learned to let people dig holes for themselves. So I let this person use a car of mine back years ago, okay? So let me tell you how the story really went, because he gonna tell a lie, okay, and tell me he gave me $4,000. Negro, don't you know I will remember if somebody gave me $4,000? So when you told that lie, when you had text me and called me and we talked for hours, I said, that's why I don't fuck with you right now, because you tell too many lies. Okay. So let's get into this. So I let this person use my car. He didn't have a car. He says, oh, you don't be using this other car. Can I use it? Fine. He says, okay, I'm going to, give you a few dollars, to use the car, whatever. It wasn't nothing. He said he gave me $4,000. I just let him tell that lie because I said, I won't talk to you again after this because you still haven't changed and you're still telling lies. So I let him tell a lie. Boy, you ain't gave me no $4,000. He gave me, it could have been 400, 500. It could have even been 600 or even 700. I could tell you this, it wasn't $1,000. The boy kept my car, y'all. I kid you not. I stopped counting after 6 months. I'm just going to keep it real. I wasn't mad because I had another car. I wasn't using that car anyway. So it's okay. I'm not like that. After he had gave me, let's just say he gave me $1,000, right? He called and was like, I want to buy the car. And I was like, well, keep in mind the money that he had originally gave me, he gave it to me to use the car. So now he want to retroactive and say, okay, I gave you $1,000. I want to use that toward buying a car. Huh? I didn't say that I was selling the car, and I didn't even know if I could sell the car because previously to him using that car had been used for collateral, so I couldn't yet let him buy it because it had already had a lien on it. Anywho, I still let him use the car. Okay. You can't buy it, but you still only gave me like $1,000 and you had the damn car for almost a year. Okay, it's cool. So guess what happened? I start getting these tickets in the mail. They like, yeah, you got like, I don't even remember. All I know it was probably like $1,000 worth of tickets. And at this point, I don't play with tickets. So I said, let me get up and go get the car. So I go get the car, right? Guess where the car is at? In his driveway. His mother was getting tickets on the car because she probably wanted him to move it. So I ended up getting the car, a bunch of damn tickets on the car. And it looked like, I guess, if he didn't want to take the garbage out, he had just threw it in the car or whatever. But at the end of the day, this is why I don't mess with folks, okay? But you never took accountability, boy, for what you did. And then you're going to try to call me and say you gave me $4,000. See, I wanted to cuss your ass out, but, I changed. And I was just like, okay, this is who he is. We won't talk again, okay? You got to know who fuck with you and who don't. After all them years, he still was telling a lie. Talking about he gave me $4,000 and never I said, well, did you had got all them tickets on that car, right? You had that damn car for almost a year. Oh, you don't remember that? Oh, but you remember that you gave me $4,000? Negro, bring up the check. I want to see it. You ain't never gave me $4,000. I see I just went off on a tangent, but that's just my example of don't even mess with people if they your family and they act like that. Like seriously, like it got to be a common ground. You can't keep lying. You know what I learned with some people? They will tell 1,000 lies and want you to take responsibility for everything, and they never take accountability for anything. I don't fuck with people like that. Now, back to Nolan. Now, okay, so July 4th at 11 p.m., the friends, get into this, y'all. This is the part I was talking about. 11 p.m., they reported Nolan as missing to his mom. How would you know he was missing? How would you know? He was with the girl. So you say, this is guilt. Because why did you wait till 11 p.m.? I'm going to tell you why you waited till 11 p.m. Because it's dark. It's dark. I mean, you really can't go out on the boat. I mean, you can, but it's going to be rather hard to try to locate somebody in the dark and on the water. You didn't wait till 7 p.m., 7 p.m., you know, you ain't saw him in 4 hours, but you waited to 11 p.m. You calling somebody mama at 11 p.m. to say their son is missing. That's very calculated. You a cold-blooded ass snake. You a low-down dirty dog is what you are. So you reported him missing at 11 p.m. However, you had his phone. You never told his mama. Maybe the mother would have panicked, and that's probably why you didn't tell her. I think if you would have told the mother that you had his phone, they probably would have went out on that damn boat that night. They probably would have found one. You never said that. Because if somebody call and tell me they can't find my son or my kids, first of all, you finna come up missing too. All right? Just know that. Okay? I'm petty like that. Okay? So for one, if you would have told that mother that he didn't have his phone, I think she would have had another level of urgency. She didn't know that. But 7 hours later, and think about it, y'all. For them long 7 hours, she was calling her son's phone, and you had it, looking at it, looking at her call. And you know why I know you had the phone? Because she was able to locate it. And I believe, and y'all can let me know in the chat, and able to locate the phone, it has to be turned on. So you low down dirty dog. You had his phone, never told his mother that. And this was on July 4th when you told his mother he was missing at 11 p.m. at night. You low down dirty snake. On that same night, it had to be late. Nolan's father showed up at your house it was Jack's house. And he lied and tried to say he didn't have Nolan keys. Why? Why are y'all trying to keep his stuff? What are you trying to do here? What evidence are you trying to cover up? Are you trying to make sure? I don't know what you're trying to do, but why would you try to keep his keys and lie and say you didn't have them? Then a female gets on the phone with one of Nolan's friends and stated that it was a key there because it was there at the pool party, which confirms that there was a pool party. It really was. Okay, remember they said it wasn't no pool party? Oh, yes, it was. Because she confirmed that the keys was on the Xbox. Low down, dirty piece of shit. Had to bring the police back and get the keys. Now, keep in mind, remember they say it wasn't a pool party, right? But on July 5th at 2:53 a.m., after Nolan was reported missing, a person by the name of Evan Noel 4 posted at Instagram at that time, but you deleted it. People screenshotted it, and it was a picture of Nolan in the pool, but they later said that, no, it wasn't. That was another day. Y'all went and got lawyers on July 5th. Nolan's body hadn't even been found. Why did you feel like you needed a lawyer? But you after you went and got your lawyer, magically his body showed up the next day. Can't make this stuff up. Can't make this stuff up. Nothing about this story seems right. Nothing about this story seems right. Then, of course, guys, I think out of everything we have heard and saw, this one right here, this one was too much for me right here.
So today, we actually know someone that works transporting bodies, human remains, and things like that. So today I got a call from that person, and they were just talking about the body that they came across. So it was Nolan Wells. So before knowing all that, he said that the body was mistreated.
Yeah.
It looked abused. It looked like he was tortured. Looked as if he was burnt, maybe.
Where?
Face, body, said he was burnt.
And not only that, his body was mistreated and when they transported him.
So as they were transporting him, he was actually face down. So everyone knows when you're transporting a body, when, you know, only a couple of people work that job, they all know you don't transport the body face down. That's kind of very disrespectful. So you always have them face up. Well, specifically his body whatever reason was face down. And me personally, I took that as disrespect.
Yeah.
My heart goes out to the family.
Yes, definitely.
Because all we know is what they put out
on the internet.
But today, we actually found out a lot about his autopsy without even reading the autopsy.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking.
I'm so sorry that family had to go through this. Really just...
I want to give our condolences to the family, you know, as a mom or moms,
grandmothers,
dads, family, period. You know, just we give the most prayers to you, and we stand behind you because we know right what really happened.
Right. So,
and at the end of the day, whatever lies those families have covered up, or whatever lies they're trying to cover, we're sorry, and we're here for you, and we just want you to know that what was seen today
was unacceptable. It's unacceptable, and that's why we want to inform what's going on during the transport. Like that
isn't something you can be quiet on
at all.
When you've seen something so heartbreaking as a child, you know, go through something traumatic.
Yes.
It hurts to know that that was done to him in the ways that we can't even express.
Right.
And as a person, you should have some type of humanity.
Right.
And I felt like those people who was transporting him did not have humanity in no way, shape, or form. Because if I can feel the way I feel about the situation, just listening to what happened, you also can listen to what happened to this child.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, that is a child that you did that to.
Right.
So this child needs justice. Because we're not going to sleep until he gets it.
At all. And I heard the feds are in Mississippi right now. So justice for Nolan Wells.
No matter what.
Our heart goes out to his mom, his family, everybody.
And just know, families, we're coming for you.
Yeah.
And that just, when I watched that video, it's just not good. So my hope is that something happens, but I'm gonna, I want to be honest, and I just don't. From what I see, it don't. Now I'm hoping. This is my hope, because I'm gonna be honest. I know y'all. Some people be dragging Ben Crump, and I don't know why. You can't blame Ben Crump because people are getting unalive, and Black people are getting treated wrong, and Ben Crump happened to be able to help them out. You have to understand that these are people reaching out to him. So I understand what the people disdain is from Ben Crump. I mean, don't get mad at him because he's able to secure these $50-60 million lawsuits. Why you mad? I mean, he should. I don't understand the folks. They be mad for the wrong reasons. They be mad for the entirely wrong reasons. Now, some of you guys had wanted me to play this interview that 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐷 gave. Now, I finally found it, and it was hard because it wasn't on YouTube. It actually was on the internet. So I want to get into this one too.
Family holding up?
A lot of praying, a lot of just leaning on each other in this moment and just taking it day by day. That's really all we can do right now. It's been hard. Every day is different, and really every second is different. Which is something people need to understand. Grief is not one emotion, right? It's multiple emotions, and they're all happening at the same time. And so it's just like 1 minute I can be I can be okay like this, and I can talk about it. And then the next minute I'm breaking down in tears because it's a constant reminder. Because if I'm being honest, we really just have not had time to fully grieve with everything that's going on.
This is your baby, and everyone must understand that. And just day by day, have you been hearing anything from investigators?
No, the last time I spoke with an investigator, it was Major Smith, and I had reached out to him via text message. That was last Tuesday.
Other than that, I have not spoken with anyone.
That is
and no one has
agonizing.
reached out.
That is shocking, first of all, but also.
Now, if you guys recall, originally, Christine, as a mother who, this family is their victims now. They hadn't even heard anything from the state of Mississippi, y'all. Nothing. Like the prosecutor, nobody had reached out to her. Nobody. Now, we since learned that, with that press conference that they did, that they were going to do a better job with reaching out to her. And we also learned that there is actually a law that states that they had, they should have reached out to her within a certain amount of days, but we know that didn't happen either. So hopefully moving forward, it will.
So agonizing to think that has been that much time having passed. I mean, J-Von, I want to come to you because, you're his friend. You were on the island on the 4th. You were on a different boat. Do you recall seeing him at all that day?
Yes, ma'am. I did see him when I was out there on the island.
Can you tell me what you saw? Does anything seem strange to you about the difference that people are saying of how he was separated from the group?
No, ma'am. I don't think that Nolan would say, hey, bro, I'm staying with this girl on the island. Y'all go ahead and go back without even bringing it, like not even asking to get his phone back. You know what I mean? I don't think that any of that.
What makes you so sure about that? Because, obviously you've been with him. You've spent a lot of time with him. Did you know him to be someone to leave his phone or even say, you guys go without me?
Never. I've never known Nolan to stay back while his friends leave. He's always been a guy where if he rode with you, he's going to come back with you. That's always how he's been every single time.
Do y'all notice how these kids' voice is so dang on deep? That boy voice sound like a grown-ass man. My goodness. But this is Javon, if you guys recall. The mother, Nolan's mom, said that she had sent Tashima to get the phone. And she also said one of Nolan's good friends was Jalen and Javon. Well, this is Javon. So I guess Javon was actually there during, this incident or, when Nolan, well, actually, let me correct that. He said he was there, but I don't think he was there during the time that they allegedly say that Nolan decided to stay back. But one thing he did say as a friend is that, no, Nolan would not leave his phone. He did say that Nolan would definitely not leave his phone. But y'all know what the police did? They took the statement of him saying other things, but they didn't take this statement when he said that Nolan wouldn't leave his phone.
This friend of his, Tristan, also told ABC that video people have been talking about that was said to show some sort of altercation, it did not involve Nolan. He said it was actually him yelling in the video and that you and a family member were holding him back because he'd been in a fight. Is that accurate?
Yes, ma'am. We were calming Tristan down. In that video where he said, give me my effing phone back, it sounds like him. So I'm pretty sure that he was right on that. But
J-Von, I'm so sorry to think about what you must be going through and thinking about what's happened to Nolan. You mentioned a phone. Tashima, a huge question so many people have is why he would have left his cell phone behind. And you say you were the person who actually went and retrieved that phone for the family. How'd you get your hands on the phone? Where was it?
That is correct. Christine called me and told me, hey, where are the boys? Nolan hasn't been heard from since such and such time. Where are your boys? I said, well, Javon is with his girlfriend, and I just spoke with Jalen, and they are headed to downtown, which I was literally getting ready to get in the shower to go downtown as well. She said, well, Nolan hasn't been. So I instantly called with Christine on the phone, Javon. Javon said no, he hadn't seen Nolan since early on the island. And he was like, what? Are y'all serious? He was like, yes. And so Christine intervened in the conversation, said, Nolan has not been heard from since he left the island. So Javon was like, well, that's when I seen it. I haven't seen it since then. You know, again, everybody goes their separate ways. So I then hang up from Javon because obviously there's nothing he can say to tell me anything. So then Jalen, I call him. Jalen did not answer the phone. Christine again is on the phone. Jalen did not answer the phone. LeBaron, he didn't answer the phone. I called LeBaron, which is their other friend, LeBaron Broomfield. He answered. He said, Jalen is in the gas station. Hold on. So he said, hey, Jalen, Mom on the phone. So he was like, Jalen, what's up, Mom? What's going on? I was like, hey, have y'all heard from Nolan? They said, no, we have not heard from Nolan.
But where was the phone?
So I was like, well, okay. So that's when we started tracking the phone. Well, for Christine, it said one place, but for them on Snapchat.
So remember, guys, the reporter is saying, where is the phone? Remember when I said that they notified Nolan's mom that he was missing? They never told Nolan's mom, Nolan is missing and we have his phone. I think if they would have told her that originally, not saying that she didn't take it as he was missing the first time, but you know, he missing, okay, let me track his phone and see where he is. They never told her that. I'm sure she would have knew that it was a super emergency situation because you tracking his phone, but she's tracking it back to them. See, the mother didn't know that they had his phone. Why didn't they tell her that they had his phone? Very suspicious.
It showed another place. So that's the place we went to. And it showed that everybody that was in the house, it was like a lot of people there. Like it was, I'm not familiar with all the kids. I only know like one there, but it showed that the phone was at what a lot of people were at. So that's how we knew where to go to. We went there. They were all there. They were sitting there, lights off, watching TV.
Did they immediately give you the phone? Because knowing that phone was there.
It took about 15. They did. They gave me the phone, but it took about 15 minutes to get the phone. Because I even asked, I'm like, did y'all have to walk back to Horn Island to get the phone? Or like, where's the phone? Because it took so long when they said it was when Wyatt told me it was in his truck. It took him so long to get the phone back to me.
Why did it take them so long to get her back the phone? What were they doing to the phone? Let me read this. Milton Brewer 4590. The reason the dad couldn't go out after a certain time to look for him is because multiple rituals were going on at the same time. He is not the only Black missing. What do you mean? I'm confused.
So when they brought the phone back.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Tashima. I want to hear that.
When they brought the phone, after I said something about it, he was like, well, she's going to get it. I was like, who's going to get it? He's like, the girl's going to get the phone.
Y'all heard it. Nothing about this story adds up. I mean, even telling the mother that he's missing, but failing to say that you have his phone. All of that is suspicious. It's suspicious. Exactly. You think your friend is missing and you go to sleep and go get breakfast the next morning. Yeah, you don't go looking for him. That part. But you do go get you an attorney. You do that. Okay. I don't give a what these people say. I don't care what lie they tell. What you will know about them folks is that's all they do is lie and play victim. I don't believe anything that they say unless the family's lawyer can corroborate it, because this is a cover-up by the very officials that should be conducting an investigation. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I was so sick of racism, I moved to Georgia. Not saying it ain't racism here, but in certain areas, it is predominantly, if it's not predominantly, it's very mixed. And, I just was sick of them folks. I'm just gonna be honest. I just was sick of them, okay? And, I can always move to Atlanta, honey. It's Black City, okay? I was sick of these folks, just sick of them. So, again, Nolan Wells case, Mississippi officials cover up the unaliving. And the real reason that the FBI is involved. I mean, they're involved to investigate cases of people threatening that live in other states. I mean, damn, they couldn't help with the unaliving of a black man. You want to investigate threats? I mean, just doesn't make any sense. So my hope is that they will receive justice, but I'm not going to sit up here and act like I believe what these folks say, what they say. I believe that they know more than what they're saying, and I believe that they're keeping a lot of information from us. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. As always, you can support the channel by liking the video. You can support the channel by sharing the video. And after this stream ends, another way you can support the channel is to share the live. I will catch you guys in the next video. If you guys are on TikTok, go ahead and subscribe, because I'm actually going to go, I'm going to do a voice live on TikTok. I'm trying to kind of learn it a little bit more. So I'll see y'all later. Make sure y'all share the live, and y'all have a great weekend. Talk to y'all later.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm listening. Go on. Yes, I'm typing it all down.
Clear, spilling tea, no fear, no fear. They talk loud, but I'm still here. Lakeysha Keysha, say it clear. I don't lies right here. Spilling tea, no fear. I'm still here. Da 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 da. Spilling tea, no sugar, no fear. They talk loud, but I'm still here. Lakeysha Keysha, say it clear. Real talk lives right here. Spilling tea, no sugar, no fear. Lakeysha Keysha, say it clear. Real talk lives right here. Make sure you subscribe to Lakeysha Keysha, my dear. I'm still here, no fear, but I'm still here. Lakeysha Keysha, say it clear. Real talk lives right here.
Stretch words like
spilling tea, no sugar, no fear. Make sure you subscribe to the Lakeysha Keysha channel.
All right, so I was getting ready to end the stream. Thank you for your super chat. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great rest of the day. Y'all, I'm over on TikTok if y'all want to come over there.